what you know about me.
I go to some of these marketing conferences. I went to one on Ad Week, I think a couple of months ago, right? Probably one or two Black speakers. And I'm sitting there in the crowd and I'm like, I've generated 3 million impressions and nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows how I feel. And you know how it's happened? Because I'm being myself. So when I started on LinkedIn, bro, it was just like, I didn't see anybody on my goddamn feed that looked like me. Nobody. Yeah. So I'm like, everybody's buttoned up, everybody's this. And I'm like, man, I just don't care no more because I didn't hit rock bottom. I'm just gonna throw the hat on, throw the hoodie on. I'm gonna tell you what I've been through and give you my experiences. That's the shit that breaks through in today's cluttered ass environment, man. Everybody wants authenticity, bro. And that's where you've been able to even ask the question back. And that's why you're successful in what it is. If you would have stayed passive and not said anything, how do you think your career would have been?
I mean, it's facts, man. It's facts. And, you know, I think there's been too long, right, where you've been asked to code switch at the door. You know, you one way, like you're the Bronx. The Bronx, like, you know, when you go home. But the minute you step onto, you know, Madison Avenue, you gotta tailor that up. Like you're different now, right? Yeah. And I think the more that you're asked to change and the more that you're asked to be the same as everybody else, especially in our industry, the more you're going to see tired ass ideas in the industry every single day. You're going to see the same thing repeated over and over and over again. And we're not going to be able to push the industry forward. And that's why you go to a conference and you don't see the speakers that are actually pushing it forward, is because everybody's trying to be like everybody else. But I do think, especially over the past, I want to say 2 years, we're in the middle of this like massive cultural awakening right now. Yeah. Right. Like the amount of people that I see on LinkedIn, at conferences, wherever that represent our industry, the amount of diversity I see across the board of them being themselves. It doesn't matter, right? Braids, you know, the blowout, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like this is who they are. And I do think the more that we can embrace that, and the more that we can also embrace their perspective and experiences, good and bad, they're going to bring that to the table. And you are going to have less brand cancellations. You're going to have better and more creative ideas that actually hit culture versus merely reflect it. And I think that's the key for us as an industry, is to not push everyone to be a reflection of some weak, neutered, you know, industry, but instead an industry that honestly, for better or for worse, prides itself on diversity and inclusion. Yet we don't see that, right? So I think that change is coming for sure. But again, it's not requiring your people, you know, to leave themselves at the door. If you're going to come in with, honestly, like a hoodie, you know, Tim's and a Yankees hat, because that's just like the most New York thing I could possibly dream of. Then that's the uniform, bro. You know, it's like, sure. It's like, then that's the uniform. And I want you to feel as comfortable as you are here, as you are in your home, because you're going to tell me what's good and what's not. And I want you to tell me what's good and what's not. I don't want you to hold it back.